Please rise for the processional. Good afternoon, everyone. The University of Southern California acknowledges that this event is taking place throughout the unceded territory of California, home to nearly 200 tribal nations. USC is located on the traditional unceded territory of the Kizh and Tongva peoples. As we begin this celebration, we take a moment to honor these ancestral grounds that we are collectively gathered upon and support the resilience and strength that all Indigenous people have shown worldwide. Dean Bay, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2023 graduates of the School of Architecture at the University of Southern California.
Thank you to our marshals, Professors Hakamori, Hung, and Kensick. Everyone, please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Willow Bay, and I've had the pleasure this year of serving as the interim dean for the USC School of Architecture, and it is my great honor to welcome you to our 2023 commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this very special day and this very special graduating class of 2023. It's an honor to have Dr. Kulapat Yantrasast here on the stage with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Also on stage with me are your professors, the USC School of Architecture faculty. Will you all please rise and be recognized? And USC School of Architecture board member and also BARC alumnus, Trace Wilson. I know that our students and staff join me in thanking you along with your fellow guild and board members for your tireless efforts on behalf of our school community, and we're really grateful that you're here with us today. Thank you. Additionally, I would like to recognize some very special people. The USC Architecture staff who have worked to make today so special as they do each and every day for this community. To our staff, an enormous thank you. As we celebrate you, this very special class of 2023, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the people who have shared this journey with you, who have challenged you, encouraged you, and supported you every step of the way. So whether you're here with us today or you're watching at home, will our parents, families, special friends of our graduates please stand right now so that we can recognize you. Bravo and well done to y'all. You are an important part of the USC architecture community. You contribute so much to the success of our graduates. And as you just heard, our graduates thanked you with a round of applause, but really, truly, so do we. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge the loss of a member of the class of 23, Devanshi Patel, a very promising master's student who was also a beloved daughter to her family. Devanshi will always be a part of our School of Architecture and a special member of USC Trojan family. And now to you, our graduates. Congratulations to all of you to this 2023 School of Architecture class. Together, you and your classmates have worked incredibly hard to arrive at this day and at this moment. Earning a USC School of Architecture degree is a singular accomplishment by any standard. And let's just admit, this was quite a journey, and with several unexpected hurdles along the way, like, oh, by the way, a global pandemic for some of you. We are so proud of you all, and proud of what you have accomplished here, certainly, but also proud of the way you have accomplished it, with perseverance, determination, grit, and grace, and a shared sense of values and purpose. For over 100 years, the School of Architecture has graduated ambitious, creative thinkers whose groundbreaking ideas have reimagined the field. And now you join a distinguished list of alumni, people like Paul R. Williams, Frank Gehry, Tom Main, and so many more. In fact, you are one of the most diverse graduating classes of the School of Architecture. And with the richness of your backgrounds and expertise, you too are changing these fields and truly representative of the communities that you are designing for. We know how much you've accomplished here in this incredibly rigorous program. You've learned to draft, to design, to investigate form and concept, to preserve and protect the built and natural environments. We also know you've developed a very special skill at USC architecture, and it may not be one that you'll put on your resume, but it is one that will serve you incredibly well as you lead your profession into an exciting future. It is your ability as citizen architects to take a human-centered approach, to understand not just what you have to design, but to consider in deep and powerful ways who you are designing for. And through this wholly humanistic lens, you can create equitable, inclusive, and sustainable solutions. We know as graduates of USC School of Architecture, you will go on to make our world a more just and beautiful place. And we will be, as we are today, cheering you on. So each year, the graduating students elect their classmates to represent them at commencement. This year, the undergraduate students selected Esmeralda Aceituno and Annabelle Asali for this honor. Esmeralda and Annabelle, come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Esmeralda Mia Aceituno for those who don't know me. As a East Los Angeles native, a proud Chicana woman, the granddaughter of Mexican and Guatemalan immigrants, and the honored first in my family to graduate from college, it is my incredible honor to be speaking in front of you all today. Class of 2023, my undergraduates, we did it! We finished! We finally made it to the day that we dreamed of, those long nights. We made it through all the rhino crashes, the plotter jams, the model making cuts and injuries. We made it through the incredibly long final reviews and the late night food runs and even the contemplation if architecture was even what we wanted to do. As we look back on these past 5 years, each and every one of us should be carrying ourselves with a sense of pride, knowing that you carry a distinguished piece of power in being able to look at the world through an architectural lens. Through this lens, you now have the immense responsibility to emphatically shape communities, offer those in need with necessary infrastructure, and provide equitable design standards across all your projects. These past 5 years have shaped you to not only become a design force to be reckoned with, but also an incredible group of kind and well-rounded and amazing human beings that I am so honored to be graduating with. We have all dreamt of today's fast delivery, crossed days off our calendars, and waited in anticipation, and now that today is here, I am sorry, because it means leaving you all behind and realizing the memories that we have made these past 5 years. To my amazing girls, you know who you are. Thank you for your constant support through the cry sessions and the long nights and all the memories that we made. I am in awe of every single one of you and know that you are going to make the world an amazing and incredible place to be in. To my boyfriend and my family, thank you for your constant love and support throughout this intense process of hard work and sacrifices these past 5 years. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. To all the professors, teachers, mentors, and educators, those with us here today and those looking over us in heaven, none of these scholars would be sitting here today without you. So thank you because you are an integral part of the process and molding us into the architects of tomorrow. To my mom, dad, and sister, you are my lasting inspiration and motivation in absolutely everything I do. You are my guiding stars, and I know it is my name on this diploma, but this degree belongs to you. And lastly, to the class of 2023, my amazing cohort, thank you for constantly inspiring me with your amazing works of creativity and design. I have no doubt that each and every one of you will make a lasting mark on this world no matter what you do, and you have collectively made a lasting mark on me, so thank you. We all collectively have gone through an unprecedented time, and that will forever bond us together as an architecture community. And in this, remember the special bond, and I leave you with 2 pieces of advice. 1, dream big, and remember, always fight on. Thank you. Now, it is my honor and privilege to announce the amazing, beautifully smart, driven, amazing Annabelle Sadly to the stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon to the class of 2023. I am so honored to be here celebrating all that we've accomplished. For those of you that don't know me, a huge part of my identity is being raised in Los Angeles by 2 amazing Chinese-Indonesian immigrant parents. I wouldn't be standing here today without the support of my family, who've been my biggest cheerleaders since day one. For those of you that do know me, you'll know how much I struggle with learning my heritage languages and that I can only speak English. But I'm so happy to stand here and say that I'm officially bilingual. In fact, we are all bilingual. Today is the day that we can proudly say that we're fluent in architecture. The degree that we've worked so hard for the past 5 years is a language that we will speak for the rest of our lives. It's a special vernacular that we can use because, trust me, I don't think our guests here understand what it's like when you're dreaming in rhino commands, or how horrifying it is when someone tells you that they don't own a mouse, or having more pictures of buildings on your phone than people. Our new language not only connects us, but helps us see the world differently. We've learned to understand the built environment, design spaces that we can inhabit and care for, and visualize our ideas into reality. Even if an architecture career isn't in the books, architecture is a type of language that can never be forgotten and will always be rooted in how we see, think, and talk. Because that's what's special about this education. It's a forever journey. And to my fellow students, thank you so much for sharing this language with me. We are forever bonded in our experiences here at USC, and I wouldn't trade my time here for any other group of amazing people. The last 5 years have unlocked meaning about our world, our lives, and our futures, and we will continue to develop what architecture means to us. This day marks the beginning, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us, and I'm so excited to say that we did it!
Thank you, Annabelle and Esmeralda. This year, Manuel, Bradley, Zavaleta, and Hannah Flynn were selected on behalf of the graduate students. So Manuel and Hannah, please come forward.
Hello. So I'd like to begin by taking a moment to remember our friend Devanshi Patel, who could not be here with us today. We miss her every day. Thank you. I am honored to be the graduating commencement speaker among such an accomplished student body and esteemed faculty. Much of my success at USC has come from trying to keep up and maintain a high level of academic values and standards that these students and the faculty at the School of Architecture have established. Values and standards that every graduate here should be very proud of, considering everything they have accomplished in the last few years. Everyone in attendance and guests not familiar with the profession of architecture, it is a notoriously difficult major to attain. The barriers to entry are quite steep. They don't call it archi-torture for nothing. It is one of the last remaining Renaissance professions which requires a great deal of discipline and study. Taking these requirements into account, recall that the last several years have truly been historic. We entered the profession during intense social protest, a pandemic, raging wildfires, distressing political times, wars, and a housing crisis, to name a few of the pressing issues we have had to not only deal with on a personal level, but on an architectural level as well. Each one of those issues affects architecture in some form or another, and as academics, we have had to take on the pressure of responding to each one of those issues in our design, our research, and our work. Therefore, I am convinced that this group is one of the baddest, most well-prepared, and highly accomplished graduating classes in modern times. Once again, I am honored to have been a part of such a distinguished group of students. Please join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you, and fight on.
Good afternoon, class of 2023. It's such an honor to be here with you all today. The circumstances of how I'm standing before you are actually kind of funny. The graduate student speaker, as Dean Bay mentioned, is decided by a student vote. When you register for commencement, you nominate a speaker. So Manuel and I came out of it as the finalists, and my landscape classmates, they're so great, they immediately mobilized to get out the vote for me. They pounded the pavements of Watt Hall. Apparently one of my classmates even told Manuel to vote for me without knowing who he was. That was a funny phone call to get. But there are only 12 of us MLA students graduating today, and our reach was a little limited. But Manuel graciously offered to share his time up here with me because he believed it was important to have representation from the other programs. And I deeply appreciate that, especially because one of the most important lessons that I have learned over the course of my graduate degree was the power of interdisciplinary collaboration. With my time remaining, I'm going to share my favorite story of collaboration that involves USC a little bit. So for those who aren't familiar with it, Rio de Los Angeles State Park is located about 7 miles north of here, nestled in the bend of the LA River, on a site of a former rail yard. It was established in 2007, so the story goes, at the hand of a group of grandmothers called Las Abuelas del Parque, who wanted park space for their grandchildren. They found California State Parks as a willing partner to develop the park, but State Parks doesn't develop things like playgrounds and sports courts, which were non-negotiables for the Abuelas. And so they fought for a novel type of dual management model between the city and state parks. And today, it's this incredibly special half nature park, half sports park with a native plant garden designed by USC students, maintained by state parks, the Abuelas, and volunteers. So, class of 2023, as you go forward from here, remember that in the fight for a more resilient, just, and beautiful future, we are stronger together. Work with an open mind with different design disciplines, with activists and community organizations, with planners, politicians, scientists, and enthusiasts, and good work will certainly follow. Congratulations, everyone.
Manuel and Hannah, thank you very much. And now our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Trudy Sandmeyer, will present the recipients of this year's Academic Honors and Awards. Professor Sandmeyer.
Graduating with honors from the School of Architecture is truly an accomplishment. When engaged in a creative design endeavor, there's no single correct answer. Design is an iterative process and involves learning through mistakes along the way. All of our students travel a challenging path, and it requires perseverance and discipline. Today's award winners exemplify excellence in their chosen field. I'd like to recognize the exceptional undergraduate students who are graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude, many of whom are recent inductees into the National Architecture, Landscape Architecture, and Allied Arts Honor Society, Tau Sigma Delta. Will our undergraduate students graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. I would also like to recognize our exceptional master's students, whose hard work have resulted in their placement as inductees to the National Architecture, Landscape Architecture, and Allied Arts Society Tau Sigma Delta. Will our master's students graduating with Tau Sigma Delta honors please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Several of our students have been selected as Special Architectural Medal recipients. As we acknowledge your honor, please stand to be recognized. The American Institute of Architects, through its foundation, presents awards to the top graduating students in the professional Bachelor of Architecture and Master of Architecture degrees. The undergraduate and graduate students with general excellence throughout their academic career are recipients of the AIA Medal. Receiving the AIA Medal this year are Diana Perez and Kelly Reitzfeld. The Alpha Rho Chi School Medal is awarded to the student who has shown ability for leadership, performed willing service for his or her school, and gave promise of real professional merit through his or her attitude and personality. Receiving the Alpha Rho Chi Medal this year is Manuel Bradley Zavaleta. The Tau Sigma Delta Medal is given in recognition of outstanding architectural design as selected by the student members of Tau Sigma Delta. This award is given to Esmeralda Aceituno. Congratulations to you all on your extraordinary achievements. The school recognizes the following students who have been selected by the undergraduate faculty for excellence. As your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Everyone, if you can please hold your applause until we're done, that will make it easier to get through the list and get everybody's voices heard. All right. For the Best Research Paper Award, Karen Aloyan. For the Faculty Final Degree Award Project, Thomas Wong. For the Robert Allen Rogoff Architectural Delineation Award, Drake Quinn Velasco. For the Material and Fabrication Award, Fernando Mercado. For the John H. Hollingsworth Hand Drawing Award, Zheng Cao. For the Raymond S. Kennedy Creative Innovation Award, Zeynep Oak. For the Thomas Byers Social and Community Design Award, Natalie Haub and Ian Leung. For the Faculty Studio Culture Award, Jessie Keefe and Sophia Sabina Leite. All right. For the Overall Design Studio Award, Diana Perez. For the Bachelor of Science in Architectural Studies, Outstanding Degree Research Project Award, Shina Devon. And, sorry, there's two, Abigail Omelchek. Sorry, Abigail. All right, so thank you and congratulations to all of our undergrad award winners. Please be seated. The following students have been selected by the graduate faculty to receive awards. As your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Everyone again, please hold your applause until everyone's been recognized. The Master of Advanced Architectural Research Studies Director's Award goes to Joshua Ryan. The Master of Architecture Innovation in Directed Design Research goes to Devdeep Dam. Master of Architectural Excellence in Directed Design Research Award goes to Fangshuo Zhao. Stay standing. Thank you. The Master of Architecture Disciplinary Advancement in Directed Design Research Award goes to Francesca Picard. The Master of Architecture Social and Environmental Dimensions in Directed Design Research Award goes to Eleanor Seltzer. The Master of Architecture Design Communication in Directed Design Research Award goes to Brandon Smith. The Master of Architecture Distinction in Directed Design Research goes to Yiting Chen. Oh, I'm sorry, there's more than one. Yiting Chen, Brandon Chin, Anthony Lombardi, Leica Mpigi, Sean Rankin, Yufei Wang, and Katie Wan. All right, but wait, we're not done. The Master of Building Science Outstanding Thesis Award goes to Ye Hong. The Master of Building Science, Outstanding Research Award goes to Zhangzhu Sun. Architectural Research Center's Consortium King Medal goes to Hawei Dai. The Master of Heritage Conservation Outstanding Thesis Award goes to Emily Varley. The Landscape Justice Initiative Award goes to Eliana Ramirez. The Landscape Architecture and Urbanism Service and Leadership Award goes to Lucia Bailey. And finally, for both the Southern California chapter of the American Society of Landscape Architects Honor Award and the Landscape Foundation Olmsted Scholar Award, Leslie Dinkin. Congratulations to our graduate students. What? Okay, we're back. I'm pleased to welcome Dean Bay back to the podium to introduce today's keynote speaker. Dean Bay?
Thank you. Now, it's my honor to introduce this year's commencement keynote speaker, Dr. Kulipat Yantrasast. Dr. Yantrasast is a globally renowned designer and architect whose remarkable career transcends disciplinary boundaries of art, architecture, culture, and community. Originally from Thailand and based in Los Angeles and New York, Dr. Yantrasast is the founding partner and creative director of Y, a multidisciplinary design practice that has emerged as the go-to design firm for the world's premier cultural institution. Dr. Yantrasast's interdisciplinary principles embrace creative collaboration, human-centered design, and inclusivity to create meaningful, lasting connections between people, culture, and spaces. His commitment to global design, social responsibility, and inclusive practices are demonstrated in a renowned portfolio of projects that includes the Rockefeller Wing of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and a new hall at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, the expansion of the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, and the new Academy Museum of Motion Pictures right here in Los Angeles. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Kulipat Yantrasast. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, Dean Bay. I am so humbled to be standing here. It's because it is in these crucial moments in life that I'm pushed to reflect on my own crucial moments. When I was clueless, when I don't know what to do next, when I go out on my own limb to see what is lying for me. And so today I remember 4 such moments. The first moment when I dive into a cold plunge. This happened at my parents' home back in Bangkok, Thailand, around 1984. It was the last day that I have to submit the exam application. And for me, born and raised as the first son of an overseas Chinese family, in a very education-focused family. My destination was clear, to become a doctor and to be the pride of family, make everyone proud. I was groomed and pushed towards that path. But when I look around the room at my classmates and my peers, I felt I was different. The path that we were competing to walk, I just couldn't see myself walk on it. And so I remember what an anxiety I felt I have to design my future when I was 17 years old. And at that moment, I have no idea what an architect did. But it felt like a journey that seems towards something new, something creative, and something relevant. And it seems like a job that allowed me to use ideas to think about life and living, and profession that empowers me to use ideas also to help others. So that last hour, I approached my parents' bedroom door, which is almost morning, knock on their door, and stutter. When I was young, I stutter. And I told them that I didn't want to become a doctor. In fact, I want to study architecture. And after a long pause, my father, who at that time was a mid-manager of a company, he's the first person of his family who went to college and graduated. He turned to my mother and said, "You should let him do what he wanted to do with his life. We have saved enough money, so if he failed, he could still lead a decent life." And then he turned to me and he said, "You are choosing to lead a creative life, so you should know that you might not be as rich as your friends, because your job is about using your labor, your time, your ideas to help people build their dreams. So if you really decided to do it, never, never, never take any job just for money and for profit, because it may not be there for you. And if you're stuck with it, you have no money and no joy. It's double hell. So instead, seek work that will teach and challenge you. Seek people that need you or inspire you. Seek the life that you really want to design for yourself." I felt it was a blessing, but equally clueless. But anyways, I went on. So the second strike of lightning that happened to me in this moment like that, 6 months before I graduated from Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok, Thailand, my alma mater. Again, not knowing what to do next, about to graduate, I know what I don't want to become. I see several older friends who graduated and went to graduate schools in the US, in Europe, after many years, come back as international architects. Wonderful, wonderful, happy, yuppie life with wonderful cars, BMWs, and wonderful clothes. And I love that. It's such a seduction. But I also feel there must be more to life than this. Then it hit me. Because before then, just like you today, in Thailand, I was very obsessed about what a contemporary architecture for Thailand should look like. I haven't seen anything. And I felt that on one way, we have copy of a copy of a copy of buildings from America or Europe. And on the other side, we have big chunky building that we put a Thai roof on, and we call it contemporary. So both options didn't seem to appeal to me at all. And then the spark in me, for some reason, it says, maybe you should not be looking at the West, because even though it's the origin place for modern architecture and modernism, it has different history, different problems to solve, different crosses to bear. Perhaps you should look at countries that are in your own similar condition, countries and cultures that strive to live in the modern time, combine their traditional roots and values with the rapid modernization and westernization, and be able to really bring out something new within their own place. So I look around and I see pioneers and kindred spirits in places like Japan, Mexico, Brazil, where architects like Kenzo Tange, Luis Barragan, or Oscar Niemeyer not only absorb and integrate modern architecture into its own discipline, they are able to spit out a new, refreshing type of architecture that not only anchor the people into the modern times, it transcends even the Western model of architecture. It adds in sophistication, it adds in sensibilities, allow the language of architecture to expand beyond the original that's originated in the West. So that lightning struck me and carried me to Japan, where I stayed for 15 years and probably counted my second home. And the third moment when I was struck by light, this happened when I was in Japan in 1993. I had the opportunity to take care of an elder poet, philosopher from Thailand who is visiting Tokyo. And so I was dying to ask him, as I would sit in the courtyard, just similar to this, I managed the courage to ask him, what would be your advice for a young architect? So he signed, look at me, look around, point to a staircase, and say, well, son, you see that staircase? I said, yes. He said, well, if you could design that staircase so that people can enjoy walking up on it, and when we reach the top of that staircase, they could attain their enlightenment, I think you can say you do a better job. So and then he fell into a nap, and I was stunned. What exactly does he mean? I was looking for career advice. But anyway, so that challenge has stayed with me ever since. How can architecture help human flourish? How can we help and create a building that let people see their potentials and their enlightenment, as he say? The fourth leap happened to me as if I'm facing and lumped into a concrete wall. I was having dinner, ordained dinner with Tadao Ando. This is 1996. So I met the Andos in Bangkok, Thailand, when they were there, and we become fast friends. So I was sitting in Osaka. So Ando, as we were sitting down at dinner, we were talking about Le Corbusier, Louis Kahn, and Frank Lloyd Wright, the heroes of ours. And then he mentioned that he just got an invitation to compete in a design competition to build a museum right next to the Kimball Art Museum, Louis Kahn's work, which is considered one of the best museums in the world. And at the time, I just graduated with a PhD from Tokyo University and was reading a book called Deconstructing the Kimball, which is a big book that made big profound impact on me. So immediately, I insist that he has to read this book and use it for his competition. There's no other way in my mind. And so, to my surprise, he said, well, if you're so liking this book, insisting, why don't you come and work with me on this competition? It will only be 3 months. A week before that, I just accepted a job at another architect that I respect, and just waiting for the job to start. But that serendipity, that curiosity that came at that moment made me feel, maybe I should jump into this to see what has happened. And so I accept to come to work on that competition for 3 months. That 3 months turned to 8 years of intense collaboration, intense mentorship that lasts a lifetime. Forever grateful for that. And we won the competition, and I stay on until 2003 to complete that first My Baby that I worked with Tadao Ando. We completed, and then I go on to work on so many projects around the world within that time. I thought a lot about what would happen if I didn't make that decision, if I just stay the course and just stay with what is easy and expectable of me. So what brought me to Los Angeles and why? The USC family has been such a great support to me since day one when I arrived in Los Angeles as an immigrant. I love LA because I think this is where people's dreams are made. They're made through the movies, the music, the architecture, the buildings, the cities, the park that we design for the world. I think this is really the test kitchen of the future. This is the world's creative laboratory where we engage new ideas and collaborations. So here, architecture is not just form making, it's not just building. The real deal lives in people's lives and purposes. So for me, architecture is really the toolbox that you use to design the life you want to live. And once we do that, we can help others also achieve the life they want to live as well. So for the lessons that I've learned, I'm very grateful for the people that have challenged and guided me through the times. From my father, I learned to look for people that need me or inspire me, the causes that enrich my life with lessons and discoveries. From my years in Japan, I learned to deep love for culture and philosophies. But I learned even more about myself, about my Thai roots, about how to be in the world with diverse cultures and try to bring it together. It drove me to unite all these different sensibilities and languages all together to create my own mashup design within the world that I want to live in. And from poetry, I learned that architecture has power to drive and to move people. A staircase can link point A to point B, but it could also escalate people's spirits and live in enlightenment. And from Ando, I learned to walk the talk. I learned to build a dream, and I learned to define the norms. So I am here, humble and grateful to people that have helped and challenged me along the way. I would like to pose a congratulation by way of challenge to all of you, because I know you have so much gutsy energy in you, right? So when you go into your world, look for that curiosity within you. Dive into that nagging interest, the jump that you want to do, the people you want to talk to, the people that you want to collaborate with. Don't waste time, because that moment, it might be that moment of the turning point that we all have, and will make you different from everyone else around. So congratulations and good luck.
Another hand for Dr. Yanchosas. That was really incredible. And I suspect our graduates are up for the challenge. It's now time to present the graduating students of the USC School of Architecture, and we are going to begin with our undergraduates. So undergraduate program director Doris Sung will present the candidates for the bachelor's degrees. So will Professors Hakamori and Kensik, along with Jenna Knutson and Trace Wilson. Please join us.
Okay, this is the good part. Let's see. I have a section. This is a very special time for each individual graduate. As each director calls out the names, please come forward to receive your diploma. We realize that friends and loved ones would like to take photos of this event. We would ask that you notice the alphabetical sequence as listed in the program, and at the appropriate time, stand up from your seat to take your photo. Or exit stage right here and follow the fence to where the graduates come off the stage and take photos there. Please stay on the outside of the fence for your photos and then return to your seats. Please do not move up or stand in the aisles, as it is not allowed for safety reasons and also block the view of others. So, we're going to get started now. It is with great pleasure that I present the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Architecture. Esmeralda Mia Acetuno. Aisha Yasmin Artoon. Annabelle Brittany Asali. Arsine Bagumian. Nicole Betances. Ana Maria Baortquez. Vivan Bose. Jose Alejandra Botello Herrera. Juan Kai. Kali Scott Canales. Zeng Cao. Ryan Chang. Zutang Chang. Jessica Mia Chen. Weilan Chen. Woody Shu Chang. Danilo Emmanuel Concha Diaz. Evelyn Marie Coulson. Danan Perez de Alba. Feitong Du. Karen Eloyan. Nicholas Ga. Maria Del Mar Rocio Gomez. Gabriela Gonzalez. Michaela Rochelle Gray. Natalie Jean Haub. Naomi Hicks. Emily Huang. We're having technical difficulties. Do we get it? Okay, Junie Huang. Sonia Rama Iyer. Iyer. JJ Jin. Byung-gu Kang. Jesse Devin Keith. Ian Leung. Jeffrey Lee. Lexi Lipovetsky. Fernando Elias Mercado. Maribel Morales Moran. Menghao Ni. Lala Nicola. John Daniel Arceo Ocampo. Zeynep Oak. Ashley Odera Onedo. Jean-Marie Andre Pelletier. Diana Alejandra Perez. Sophia Catherine Phillips. Elena Prado. Skylar Bryce Rosine. Sophia Eleanor Sabini Leitch. Cameron George Seltzer. Samantha Shane. Jean Chung Tan. Yagmur Yuksal. Yusal. Ayun Claire Son. Drake Quinn Velasco. Catherine Villafuerte. Ryan Matthew von Kaeserling. Thomas Wang. Yihan Wang. Junie Ji Yi. Daniel Wansung Yi. Yumna Zantut. Amari Zhang. Yuanyang Chao. Jimmy Zhu. It is also a great pleasure that I present the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Architectural Studies. Giovanna Bitelli Brito. Shaina Devon. Evelyn Hariono. Brandon Ong Hing. Jiwon Kim. Aaron Light. Abigail Sherry Omelchik. Mia Raquel Parent. Jaejun Park. Janice Park. And Ava Anastasia von Vechten. Congratulations to everyone. Please welcome the Director of Graduate Architectural Programs, Alvin Huang.
It is with great pleasure that I present the degree candidate for that Master of Advanced Architectural Studies, Lin Zhu. It is with great pleasure to present to you the inaugural degree candidates for the Master of Advanced Architectural Research Studies program, Sinran Min, Joshua Thomas Ryan, Wutong Swen, Singhan Wang, Yuanqi Wang, Ronakamur Kushorbi Prajapati, Jinki Yu, It is a great pleasure to present to you the inaugural the degree candidates for the Masters of Architecture. Shingis Adrabahan, Chirag Aluwalia, Rishab Shankar Ahuja, Sarah Alajian, Farah Alkalaf, Maria Fernanda Amesquita Palacios, Ishita Bansal, Kimia Bonyadi, Zachary Borin. Manuel Eduardo Bradley Zavaleta. Seth Michael Kalmuth. Madison Sarah Canby. Michael Chan. Yiting Chen. UIC Chen. Brandon Harvey Chin. Purva Chawadri. Edgar Jesus Clare Maruvia. Madeline Crouch. Isabel Lillian Dabrowski. Debdeep Dam. Mira Christina Davis. Bradley Douglas Friedman. Yuan Gao. Greer Geisman. Jessica Lee Golden. Sophia Yus. Brandon Lee Jacobson. Rising Jiang. Drayan Jiang. Fatima Zora Kabaj. Nicholas Allen Kerr. Anthony Lombardi. Jesse Liu. Vicenta Martinez Govia. Gerardo Mendoza Jr. Kaylee Merriman. Mark Metry. Leka Mpigi. Hannah Victoria Mullins. Angela Ann Nessel. Bangjo Ni. Zachary Oser. Saloni Hamkalyan Pandit. Naira Petrosian. Francesca Picard. Tishya Ravichander Rao. Daniel Rafua. Kelly Rose Reitzfeld. Ariane Reyes Ayala. Sean Rankin. Jalak Pinakin Rugani. Juan Sebastian Serrano Negrin. Eleanor Seltzer. Jiayi Shen. Yi Shi. Brandon Ray Karibo Smith. Shuxing Song. Vasilia Andriana Sukales. Nervika Tugniai. Liling Wang. Louise Wang. Ranyu Wang. Yufei Wang. Brianna Ward. Sheng Shu. Lu Yan. Jia Chang. Mengrui Zhang. Suchi Zhang. Jianjuri Zhang. Fangshuo Zhao. Wenjuan Zhong. Xiaofei Zhou. Tianfeng Zhu. Congratulations to everyone. It is also a great pleasure to present to you the professional degree candidates. Oops, oh, it's the wrong one. So now, present to you Kyle Konis, the director of the Master of Science Building Program.
It is my distinct pleasure to present to you the degree candidates of the Masters of Building Science. Aditya Anup Bal. Haoyu Dai. Yuqing Hu. Yi Hong. Archana Janardanan. Danchi Meng. Shreya Satodia. Najia Nadir Siddiqui. Xianyu Sen. Jun Wang. Haotian Wu. Jiaoyu Yin. Congratulations to the degree candidates of the Masters of Building Science. Now please welcome Trudy Sandmeyer, Heritage Conservation Program faculty, who will announce the candidates for that degree.
It is with great pleasure that I present the degree candidates for the Master of Heritage Conservation. Jesus Barba Bonilla. Earning her second degree today, Ye Hong. Willa A. Seidenberg. Brannon Marie Smithwick. Emily Catherine Varley. And with the first of her 2 degrees, Daniela Velasco. It is now my pleasure to say congratulations to all of the Masters of Heritage Conservation students and to welcome Allison Hirsch, Director of the Landscape, Architecture, and Urbanism program, who will announce the candidates for that degree.
It is with great pleasure that I present the degree candidates for the Master of Landscape Architecture. Lucia Bailey. Tarana Chordia. Hannah Michael Flynn. Shenghan Gao. Lufan Hu. Yishuan Li. Jiawei Luo. Luis Mota. Eliana Marie Ramirez. Daniela Velasco. And Yining Wang. Congratulations to each of you. I would now like to welcome Dean Bay back to the podium.
Thank you to all our professors, Sung, Hong, Konis, Sandmeyer, and Hirsch. And Jenna and Trace, a special thank you to you for helping. Well done, thank you. So on behalf of the school, we invite you to join us for a reception at Watt Hall and the Harris Hall courtyards of the School of Architecture. And please be sure to take part in Expo 2023, which is an extraordinary exhibition of our graduating students' excellent work. Now, graduates, will you all please rise? I present to you the graduates of the School of Architecture of the University of Southern California. Congratulations, class of 2023. Now, we're going to ask students and guests to please stay in their seats until the platform party and the faculty have left the stage. Congratulations, thank you, and fight on.